Alright, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Ren here, back at it again with another video, and today we're doing the long-awaited Would You Rather series. Now, this is a series that I wanted to start a week ago, but I didn't have enough questions, so now that this video, I guess, suddenly blew up and now has over 2 million views, the majority of the questions are from the pinned comment in this video, so if you would like to get featured, or at least your question, actually, I should say, if you want your question to be featured on next week's video, basically just go to that video or go to my recent video. I think it would be better if you go to my recent video, which I don't know, depending on what video it is. You can just go to my channel, go to videos, go to recent, and I should have a comment. Just comment under there, or you can basically just hit up my Instagram, send me a DM or something, whatever you feel more comfortable with, and I will answer that. But so today, the way I'm going to be doing this is I'm going to be answering some of the older questions because I kind of just let this whole thing fly by a little. And so I'm going to be reading some of these questions that have been commented a little bit longer. So if you don't see your question, being answered in this video, that doesn't mean, I don't care. That doesn't mean, it just means I got a lot of questions and I just can't get to all of them in just one single video. So I'm going to be making multiple videos. I hope that gets some things, answered, answers your questions about like, oh, why wasn't my question answered and stuff like that. So without further ado, here we go. But yeah, get your cold glasses of. Alright, so the first user that asked me the question was Jackson Z. Palmer. And this person asked, would you rather be a death row prisoner or a life sentence prisoner? So me personally, I think I would choose death row prisoner just because I don't want to suffer my entire life in prison. I think that'd be pretty fucked up. I wouldn't like to just, spend my entire life in prison. And I feel like also being on death row, it also depends on what type of, I guess, death being given. I'm pretty sure it's just now the whole lethal injection type thing. So I'm pretty sure they don't do the whole chair electrocution thing. So I mean, yeah, I personally go with the death row prisoner. All right, so the next user that asked me a question was It's Kira Uwu. And this person asked, would you rather be able to fly or have telekinesis? So honestly, this is a question that me and my friends kind of also debated whether it'd be cool to have either superpower. So I think personally I'd have telekinesis because I mean, if you have the ability to fly, like that's pretty much it. You don't have super strength to, I guess, save a person from a falling car or stuff like that. So you're not gonna have the strength. You're just gonna be able to fly, and that's it. And me personally, I'm also a little bitch. I'm kind of afraid of heights. So honestly, yeah, I'd go with telekinesis. Overall, that obviously just seems like a way better superpower than just being able to fly. All right, so the next user, which is Type Here. Okay, that's a pretty interesting name. And this person asked, would you rather eat a whole jar of mayonnaise or drink a whole jar of your own spit? So considering the fact that I don't really like mayonnaise, it's gonna be my own spit. And I mean, it's obviously better because it's my own spit, it's no one else. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the whole jar of my own spit. Okay, so the next user is Y3770W. And this person asks, would you rather answer this question or ignore it? And with that, I'm gonna ignore it. So yeah. There you go, there's your answer. Alright, so the next question comes from Junior Acevedo, and he asked, would you rather never sleep again and always be tired or never get to hug your mom again? So it's pretty brave of you to assume that I don't already suffer from sleep paralysis and I don't get enough sleep. So honestly, I think I'd never get to hug my mom again. That's because I mean, a hug, like, that's not the only form to show affection to your mom. Like, obviously you can just tell your mom you love them every day and stuff like that. So I mean, honestly, yeah, I think I'd go and never get to hug my mom again because there's obviously just other ways to show affection. All right, so the next question comes from Ileana Jackson. And she asked, would you rather have butts for hands or hands for butts? So this is one of those questions that pretty much just flips the original thing around. And so to that, I think I am going to answer that with a hands for butts, the second option, only because I feel like I'm always going to be wearing pants. I'm not the type of person that is like naked even in my own home. Like it's just something weird. I always just wear clothes, I'm always going to be wearing pants or shorts or whatever. So I feel like no one will really be able to tell that I have hands for butts. And I mean, unless they were to find out, which is like when my friends slap my ass and stuff like that. No homo, of course, I gotta throw that in, but when me and the boys go, slapping each other's asses, yeah, that's really gonna be the only way they'll be able to tell that my ass is a hand, So, yeah, I'm gonna have to answer that with the second option. All right, so the next question comes from Tippity Tojo, and he asks, would you rather punch Mike Tyson in the face or punch a baby in the face with 1,000 people watching? So, assuming there are no repercussions from punching a baby in the face, and by that I mean basically there's no law enforcement to, come and arrest me and stuff like that, and also assuming that the 1,000 people actually watching don't do anything to me, like, I mean, sure, they can boo and call me names. At the end of the day, that's not really gonna hurt me. But I mean, unless they are actually gonna attack me, then I'm gonna have to go with punch a baby in the face. And because, let's be honest, even at the age that Mike Tyson is, I'm pretty sure no one wants to place their bets against him. Unless you're an MMA fighter yourself, and me, I'm only what, a 17-year-old idiot making YouTube videos. So I mean, yeah, I choose the baby only because Mike Tyson would literally penetrate me so hard it'd be placed on Pornhub the next day. So yeah, there's your answer to that one. All right, so the next question comes from Federation Blue. And this person asks, would you rather know everything about the universe and be sad, or know absolutely nothing and always be happy? So this one is a pretty tricky one, not gonna lie. But for me personally, I kind of always like being happy, and I always kind of have happiness first. Obviously, knowledge is good, but I mean, at the end of the day, like, you're gonna be living a long life. And so honestly, I think I would rather enjoy my life being happy than being a smartass who's gonna die lonely someday. And so yeah, I think I'd go with no, nothing, and always be happy. Okay, so the next question comes from, and yeah, I'm not even gonna try reading that. I'm not trying to get a stroke today. Okay, so anyways, this person asks, would you rather have boogers that taste like Pepsi or earwax that taste like fruit punch? Um, Honestly, I think I'd go with the earwax because I mean, technically I could just close my eyes and assume it's like, I don't know, some sort of gummy or candy or something like that, and obviously it's gonna taste like fruit punch, so I wouldn't really care. And I feel like boogers having the whole soda flavor just isn't. I don't know. I don't know, and I'm also not a Pepsi type of guy. I'm kind of more of a Coke. So yeah, I think I choose earwax that tastes like fruit punch. All right, so the next question comes from Mr. Moon, and he asks, "Would you rather live in Elmore or in the Land of Oo?" So I already know what these two places are. Elmore is obviously from The Amazing World of Gumball, and the Land of Oo is from Adventure Time. So this is basically what I think. Elmore is basically has to do with a city and a town and all of this stuff, right? Whereas the Land of Oo is sort of like Fallout. It's after the Great War and stuff like that, and it's very dangerous. Just by watching Adventure Time and all the adventures that Finn and Jake go on. So honestly, I would rather choose Elmore because at the end of the day, like I honestly, I know there's some people that obviously would like to live in a post-apocalyptic world. That's just not for me. And I mean, at the end of the day, they also got Thick Nicole. So yeah, I'm gonna have to choose Elmore. All right, so the next question comes from Eros Van Leer, and this person asks, would you rather get a massage from a man or surgery from a female doctor? Well, I mean, to be honest, we already know where the surgery from a female doctor is going to end up. I'm going to be ending up in the whole coffin, and freaking the female doctor is going to be default dancing on my grave. So, I mean, I kind of found a loophole to your question where you said a massage from a man. You didn't specify that I couldn't say no homo. So, yeah, I'm going to have to get a massage from a man. All right, so the next question comes from Jeffrey Rojas, and he asks, would you rather watch Teen Titans Go forever or watch Teletubbies forever? Now, I'm going to tell you right now, Teletubbies, I loved it as much as it is a legendary show. I can't really see myself watching that forever. Like, it's literally just meant for little kids. Whereas Teen Titans Go, honestly, I don't even like that series a lot. I really liked it back when I was like in middle school, early middle school, and I just love the older Teen Titans. That show was extremely epic. It probably will go down as, one of the classics. So honestly, I'm gonna have to choose Teen Titans Go just because I guess that show is catered towards more like adolescents and older children, whereas despite it being a very awesome show, it's mostly for little kids. So, I mean, yeah. Okay, so the next question comes from Melissa Ruiz, and she asks, would you rather go into the past and meet your ancestors or go into the future and meet your great great grandchildren? Let's just assume that I don't get affected by that, and by that I mean, if I go into the future, I won't get old. So honestly, I think I really like to meet my great great grandchildren just because honestly, I'd also just like to see the future. I want to see what the future has in store, whether I'm dead or not, and stuff like that. So honestly, that seems pretty cool. And to be honest, back in the old days, it was pretty shitty. So I mean, honestly, yeah, I'd go with future. All right then. So the next question comes from David Fuwako, and he asks, "Would you rather have your waifu be real or be in your waifu's world?" So I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't watch a lot of anime. I used to when I was younger. I watched pretty generic animes like Dragon Ball and Pokemon and Beyblade. But now, I mean, I see a lot of people, a lot of teenagers, especially my age, they're really getting into it. Whereas back then, just the thought of saying, "Oh, I watch Pokemon," everyone would bully you. So that's kind of what really turned me off from anime going through like middle school. So, I mean, now I haven't really watched any animes and I haven't watched, more popular animes that are, now being, I guess, more and more overrated. So, honestly, to answer your question though, I think I'd rather be in my waifu's world. Obviously, I'm gonna have to Google one right now. All right, so after further examination from going on Google and searching up waifus and going even deeper and accessing the hub, that pretty special place where we like to go late at night, or honestly, if you go early in the morning and access the hub, you're pretty weird and I don't want you anywhere near my kids. Honestly, dude, there are just so many waifus. I don't know which one to choose. But I mean, I'll choose to be in my waifu's world just because I'm pretty sure there's gonna be more waifus, and Orion here is trying to get between them walls. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's your answer to your question. Okay, so next question comes from Delser OBJ, and this person asks, "Would you rather know you dead or know when you dead?" Okay, so this one is also a question that I pretty much debated with my friends a long time ago. And you know what, to be honest, I'd honestly rather know how I die than when I die. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to be just so paranoid and just, counting the days away as my death comes closer and closer. Whereas if you just know how you die, it's simple. You just don't worry about it and you're just like, okay, well, I know I'm going to die this way. I just don't know when. It can happen 50 years, it can happen the next day. So I feel like counting the days to your death is a little bit more scarier. So, yeah, I think I'd rather know how I died. All right, so this is the final question, and it comes from Alara Pronamak. And this person asks, would you rather lick a toilet seat or be bitten by a snake in the ass? So honestly, it depends on what kind of snake. It could be a poisonous snake. It could be a snake that basically just bites me and that's literally it. Whereas also a toilet seat, it could be like a new toilet seat, it could be a used toilet seat, and also depends on who it's used by. Unless we're talking about, my bae, which obviously I can't say her name because, well, it's pretty personal. Honestly, I think I would rather get bitten in the ass, assuming the snake isn't poisonous, because then someone else has to suck my ass and take the venom out. So, yeah, that's going to answer your question. All right, so that concludes this Would You Rather episode. Like I said, I'm going to be hosting one every Saturday, so feel free to comment in this video, which is my most popular video by far, or just comment on my recent video, whereas this video will be my newest, which is the Would You Rather. So just comment in the pinned comment. I will also, leave a comment saying, if you want your question to be featured, comment in my comment and stuff like that. So these questions were pretty weird. Some were pretty good. Some I had to think long and hard for. Giggity, by the way. And so, I mean, the final takeaway is thank you guys for this cooperation. Thank you guys for leaving questions. As you guys may know, I recently just hit 7,000 subscribers in less than a week. You know, just to add that, in less than a week, I hit 7,000 subscribers, which is insane. We are 3,000 away from 10,000 subscribers. So that's going to be pretty epic once we hit 10K. But overall, just thank you for the support. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And again, I'm sorry if I don't get to your question. I will be making a next video. So if I didn't cover your question in this video, I will cover it in the next one. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I'm out. Peace. The truth.